Welcome to the show, Rob.
Thank you very much.
So, tell us about your music.
All right. Well, I've got a new album out. I guess I should plug this. There we are. Boondog Quip and the Famous Strangers. Available not in record stores, but anytime you meet me on the street. $5, well spent.
So you're a veteran.
I've been around since the dawn of man, I believe. Somewhere around there anyway. So. Yeah, so this is just another venture into into the medium.
Right. And this is easy listening, hard rock, or?
That's actually more of a country twang.
Country?
I mean, I'm primarily a...
Country rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of a kind of a rock guy, I like to say. But no, I've been in various rock bands throughout the years, so about every 2 years I switch bands. I don't know what it is. But
get itchy feet.
No, I think they just get tired of me after 2 years, and they just say, come on, hey, take a hike or something. But yeah, so just... and this album took a couple of years to make, so myself and my partner, whom I've been with for about 10 years, Duncan Holt, he opened up a studio a couple of years ago, and throughout the course of that time we would record different things and stuff and put the album together throughout that time.
Is that a local studio then?
Yeah, it's called Concept Audio.
Oh yeah.
And he's just finished rebuilding another studio, bought a home recently, and kind of cleared out the basement. And
it's nice to have a friend who has a studio.
It helps, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So he's opening up a new studio. It should be open in November, and he's putting the finishing touches on it right now. So I'll be his guinea pig for
another album.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Hopefully, these things cost a lot of money.
A lot of money. Yeah. So what would your influences have been if you're country rock?
Well, for country, I mean, a lot of the stuff that my dad listened to.
Oh, yeah?
You know, you're kind of weaned on things as you're brought up. So I was weaned on, you know, Hank Williams and who else? Hank Williams, yeah. Some Hank Williams in there.
And Hank Williams Jr.
No, not him, actually. I can't stand him. But anyways, yeah, just different things that my dad would listen to. He worked at a country bar when I was growing up, so I got a chance to get in there and see these guys. And
you were sold.
Oh, I loved it. Actually, the first thing I ever saw was the Beatles, so that really sold me.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Paul McCartney and John Lennon kind of wrapped up in one, but and as Rich as well. So I'm working on that part right now.
So do you find Kingston a good venue for performing? And with all the students, Queen students, I guess you're busy? Oh yeah, well, you know, I've been doing it for 15 years, so it's always been a good market. I mean, like any market, it changes, you know, it's got its ups and downs. But just generally, yeah, they're pretty receptive. I mean, once they back you, they're there for good, so. So you've built up a following? I think so. I hope so. You know, I'd like to think that, but yeah, I get quite a bit of support. I mean, it's nice to have people backing your dream, as I call it. You know, I mean, to do something like this is that. I was just talking to a friend of the studio that I used to work at, Summit Sound, Dave Daw, and that's what we were talking about. I mean, that's what it's all about, is making your dreams come true, really. You know, what you feel in here and putting it down on tape, and then, you know, saying to yourself, geez, I envision myself on this album cover looking this way, or, you know, whatever it is, and then having the people in the community back you up saying, hey, I saw your video on CableNet. And, you know, backing you that way, it's great. Yeah, it's a great feeling. Well, it's good for the ego. I mean, I tend to walk around with a head this big most of the time, but it's the hair, I think, so. So I noticed you got quite an interesting guitar sticker collection on that guitar. Yeah. All my inspirations, really. So many different things, of course. Beatles. Good old Abe. He was a hell of a singer at his time. Not a lot of people know this, but Abe could wail like you can't imagine. You know, W.C. Fields, Patsy Cline, Carl Perkins, Bill Haley, Marlboros. Well, I just like to smoke them. So Chuck Berry, of course, rock and roll. And Everly Brothers and Elvis. And yep, all kind of combined in one. So if people ever ask me what my influences are, is this. This all kind of wrapped. Just show them that. And well, yeah. I mean, there's so many of them. You know, you try and kind of squash it all together. And So do you ever tour, or do you keep it local? Or
I just keep it local now.
Keep it local.
Yeah, the touring is more
down the road.
No, well, I mean, you have to tour. I mean, you're selling a product.
Right.
So to confine yourself to just a local market, it's fine if you want to do that. But yeah, I mean, to sell a product, you have to get it out there, and to get it out there, you got to play your songs to the masses.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But I try and keep it just local now. So.
I like this picture.
Yeah. It's very Slash-like from Guns N' Roses. It's
yeah.
See, I think it's the hair on the chest. That's what it is. So it's. Yeah.
That's nice. So, did you find it hard getting started? Like, mind you, if you have those connections, those other.
Well, yeah, it's always hard to start.
It's always hard to get started.
But I just liked what I was doing. I mean, you know, for me it was more, you know, of a hobby, I guess.
Right.
So when it's a hobby, you know, no matter what that is, and someone pays you for it all of a sudden.
All the better. All
the better, and you get recognition for that. I mean, the greatest thing that I ever noticed was from the time I was a wee little one was, you know, getting that feedback from people. If you do something crazy or whatever, and all of a sudden you've got people noticing you, you go, hey, this is good.
This is fun.
Yeah. So I've always loved doing it. I mean, like, you know, the worst bar or the best bar, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm having fun doing it. So I just don't take a lot of things to heart. You know, I got a comment on Mr. Nemi because I've known him for a while. And if you don't know what a program, or a floor director, excuse me, is what it is, very much like cheerleading. So, I mean, I got hands off to you for doing all the, you know, and back to you doing a lot of hand signals, you know. But, anyways, hats off. I just wanted to say that.
Well, maybe you can give us a little rendition.
Of a song?
Is that possible?
Well, okay, well, I've got my guitar, Andy.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to play. He's giving me signals again, too. So this signal, let's play. So. The worst part is the craving to something I cannot get. Maybe I need an answer to something I regret. I think that I'm addicted to the best drugs on the planet, coffee and cigarettes, coffee and cigarettes. The compensation's easy, the thrill, well, I forget. If ulcers, they don't get me, I'll die in a cold sweat. I know that I'm addicted to the best drugs on the planet, coffee and cigarettes, coffee and cigarettes. This isn't a drug song, in case you're wondering. It's just... It's more than a fixation, I call it a true bed. I'm high on relaxation to the best drugs that I've found yet. And when I die, they cut me open and look into my chest. The coroner, he will suggest that they don't need no test. And you know what it was? It was coffee and cigarettes, coffee and cigarettes, coffee and cigarettes, coffee and cigarettes.
Great. Are you going to be performing more around town?
Yes, I'm with the group right now called Please, and so we play quite a bit around town.
Right. Any gig coming up soon?
No, actually we're off for 3 weeks because we just played for about 4 months straight. So,
so you're taking a break.
Due.
Oh, do you?
Actually, I got to go. I got a baby due, so. No, I've got a baby due in about 2 weeks, I think it is, 14 days, so.
It's exciting.
Yeah, my wife's going to do most of the work, so.
Oh. Yeah. Well, listen, thanks for coming on the show. It's nice hearing this music, and I hope Boondog Quip goes gold.